Hey there, it's Ruth Sherman, CEO and celebrity speech and media coach, but you do not have to be famous to work with me. It's an old advertising marketing adage. If everyone zigs, you zag. So what this means is you have to stand out, you have to do the unexpected, you have to unfollow the herd. We have a prime illustration of how this successful strategy can be done in our candidate, Donald Trump. He has been so successful, in fact, he could become the next president of the United States, which for me is a terrifying thought. Now, like a lot of media commentators, I stated early on that I thought Trump was a passing fancy, a man of the moment, and I thought he would fade very soon. After all, how could someone who says and does such absurd things be taken seriously by voters? I was so wrong, and as a communications expert, I should have known better. First, I always thought his slogan was perfect. It's perfect, and the best of the lot by far. I still do. Make America great again. It hits so many marks in message creation and framing, it's hard to know where to start to list them. Second, since he announced over 8 months ago, he has been a daily fixture in the media. No other candidate has even come close, not even Hillary Clinton. Now, Trump knows it's a bad day when he is not being covered, and he takes the cliche, the only thing worse than bad publicity is no publicity, to new heights. In other words, he zags like crazy. Third, he has a strong point of view and no filters. And fourth, he knows what the media wants. More important, he knows what many people want, and he has tapped into how they're feeling. He says and does things that we have never seen publicly in a presidential candidate before. We're shocked, but titillated. We shield our eyes, but we cannot turn away. We say, oh, how awful, but we secretly admire his chutzpah and skill. At least I do. We even agree with him on some things. We cannot stop reading and watching. As a result, the long-suffering press industry has been presented with a financial windfall, the likes of which they haven't seen so early in a political campaign season. It's a hungry beast, and Donald Trump knows how to feed it. He knows the more outrageous his statements or behaviors, the more likely he'll be covered. So he makes a habit of it, and the media jumps. The outcome is all Trump, all the time, a level of saturation that big advertisers can only dream of, and Trump is getting for free. Now, if you're inclined to believe a diamond is forever, or you're in good hands with Allstate, then it stands to reason that Make America Great Again and its author have made this little home in your brain. It's this little place in your brain that wants desperately to believe that someone is out there who can make it all better. Donald Trump may be the greatest zagger in modern times, and though I personally think President Trump would be a disaster, to use one of Donald's favorite words, there are several things we can learn by watching him. First, identify what makes you different. Trump thinks of himself as the strong man among weaklings. He demonstrates it through his words and behavior. Your differentiator could be the way you serve clients or you do your work. It can be your online branding or even your personal attire, what you wear. Figure out what it is and show, don't tell. Second, follow your instincts. Unlike Donald Trump, most of us have filters. That's a double-edged sword. It's good if it enables you to entertain opposing viewpoints. It's bad if it keeps you from saying something that needs to be said. If you feel something or hear that little voice, or if there's something that doesn't quite fit, acknowledge it. Make sure your stakeholders know your thinking and why, and quickly course correct and then move on. Third, know what you know. Know what you know. Certitude has always been a great sales technique, and Trump has an excess of this. There are controversial things we all know to be true. Don't be afraid to state them unequivocally and remain steadfast in the face of criticism and pushback. It may mean some clients fall away, or you push them away, or you find employment that's a better fit. This can be so difficult and painful, but you will create space for better things ahead. It's very freeing. Stick with it. This is fourth. Discipline is key, and where so many businesses and people fail. Trump has been doing his zagging consistently since he announced last June. It works, even if what someone is saying is ridiculous. Why is this? Because repetition has a way of inspiring belief. I refer you back to those major advertisers. Finally, don't give up. If you get dislodged, get back in there, get back on track. Finally, learn from Donald Trump, but don't be Donald Trump. He may be a role model as a marketer, but certainly not as a human being, and certainly not as a leader for this country. In his case, the marketing and the persona seem separate. In your case, they shouldn't be. If you want to learn more about how the politicians are using persuasion and communication to get what they want, to get you to vote for them, and how this applies to you, hop on over to ruthsherman.com, where you can download a free gift. I'll see you there.